Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dina, this is Creative Minds Homeschool, and today I'm going to be sharing with you what didn't work for us. If you're new here, thanks for clicking, and if you're a subscriber, thanks for sticking around. And if you're not a subscriber yet and you've been hanging out, feel free to subscribe. This is a collaboration with Trisha at This Life of Ours, so you can check out her channel and the playlist for all the other people who want to tell you what didn't work for them in the description below. I'm going to get into it. Here we go.
Oh, it's not working right now. My tripod, it's kind of, so sorry about that.
So this collaboration, it could cover many different things, like what didn't work as far as curriculum, what methods maybe didn't work, things like that. I'm going to share with you today the curriculum things that we have abandoned because they just didn't work for my kids or for me or whatever. The first three things, I guess, are the Christian Liberty Company. I liked their ideas. I liked their stuff. My kid, it just didn't jive with him. So I'm just going to go through and show you these. Now, I had to go back and pull. This was all the way back from whenever it was in first grade. The first thing is building spelling skills. And we got a pretty far ways into this book. But what I had to start doing, I had to start breaking the spelling list in half. Because this was 20 words for a little first grader to do. And my first grader, it was too much. It was just too much. And the whole thing is, I feel like this kind of stuff, it is so kid specific. Now, I don't know if my girls could even, I mean, they're probably much further along than he was as far as language arts type stuff goes at first grade level. But still, I think if I was trying to get them to do this many words, they would just be like, yeah, no. That's just not the way we roll here. And so yeah, I just had to break up the list, and it got to where even breaking it up, it was just kind of like, it was a struggle. But, you know, I just kind of feel like live and learn. So from this, we moved to all about spelling. First, I think the last half of first grade maybe, and throughout second grade we used that. And then we recently switched to The Good and the Beautiful, which has spelling incorporated. Well, not really incorporated, but you do spelling a different way. And I've actually been liking that a lot better, and I feel like they're all grasping it. And I will update you on what is working at some point. Not right now. But anyway, that's it. It was too many words. And like by the end, I mean, some of the words were just like, oh my goodness, really? You know, like, it was too much for my first grader, and I think it would still be too much for mine currently. The next one we abandoned was Studying God's Word, Book B. And basically, I mean, we got a good bit of ways in here too. It was an okay thing. It just, I don't know. He was just kind of, I didn't want Bible to be something that he didn't want to do. I didn't want to be Bible to be something that was like bookwork, when to me, we're learning about the Bible for our heart. It's not something I'm trying to get him to write down. I'm not concerned with that. I want it to have a heart effect as opposed to an educational effect. My kids are very well versed in the Bible. I feel like we've read Bible storybooks through since they were born. So they're 8 and 6, and now at night I'm just reading them out of the plain old Bible, not a Bible storybook, nothing with pictures. It's out of my Bible. I say plain old Bible. Oh, that sounded bad. I didn't mean it that way. But they are able to understand what I'm talking about. They are just well versed in what it's all about. So I don't feel like I'm taking away from them by not doing this workbooky kind of thing. We didn't need it. So now right now we're using, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing. That's a different video. Adventures in Phonics. I don't know why. Let me just say, Christian Liberty, we started Christian Liberty in kindergarten, and I know several families that used it and it worked for them. I wish it would have worked for us the way it worked for them. But I tried really hard. We started in kindergarten and had struggle. Because Everett, I don't think he was ready to do bookwork. And I didn't pick up on those clues. I really just think that I should have made it a lot more play-based with him. We should have had a lot more fun back then than we did. Because he still needs a lot of play. I mean, he's in 3rd grade and he is just that kind of hands-on. Give me fun. I'll absorb bookwork later is the kind of mind he has. You know, he is learning and he is growing. It's just this kind of stuff is just not him. So we stopped this book, and I'm telling you, this was 1st grade. This was pulling teeth to get him to do this, and we stopped long about lesson number. They don't have lesson numbers on here. Halfway through, basically. Page 83 was our last thing, and it goes all the way to page 200 and something. So, basically, I mean, you can tell by, like, just the way his handwriting, it was like pulling teeth. That's pretty much been our school experience with him, is a lot of pulling teeth. Like, there were days, y'all have seen me do this, I modified it, where this day I wrote the answers and he had to glue them down. Even this was like pulling teeth. I remember. It was just torturous. So, from this, we moved on. I got to the point mid-year, it was kind of like we had that mid-year reevaluation, and I went, this is not working. Now, Christian Liberty Math, it worked okay. We did not abandon Christian Liberty Math, but we did not continue with it. Just because it was, just blah, kind of blah. This was not spiral math either, and I prefer spiral math. I don't know now that we're into spiral math for 3 years. This was kindergarten. So yeah, we've been doing Horizons for 3 years. At first, when he got Horizons, he was just like, oh, it's colorful and it's just, oh. Now he's like, I'm struggling with Horizons, honestly, for 3rd grade. It's been a struggle. So I am reevaluating what we're going to do for next year with that. We're going to have to do something different, I think. So that's just what didn't work for us, as far as that was kindergarten and 1st grade. And then this year, I added a big stack of books. Now, I know people this really works for, that they enjoyed it, their kids enjoyed it. The kids, I would say, they were okay. It wasn't like they were fighting me a whole lot. I was struggling with it, and it was, if I'm going to have teacher intensive, which is what I would call this, and I would also call the Good and Beautiful teacher intensive, but the redeeming quality of the Good and the Beautiful is my kids are all doing the same level. This, we had a 3rd grader doing one and 2 1st graders doing another, and they kind of both needed my help. So it just, that throwing a newborn baby in the mix just wasn't jiving. And I really was going to stick it out, but I've kind of learned from my other experiences that when any one of us is not happy with something, it just makes the day that much harder, that much stress is involved. So, I mean, and really too, one of the reasons why I went with Christian Liberty in the first place was I didn't want to go with some big box curriculum that was going to be high dollar, and then get a few months down the road and go, oh, we don't like this, but we've committed hundreds of dollars to it. Now what? So I went with this is very inexpensive curriculum. And if you have workbook oriented kids that just are like, I need more worksheets, I need more writing, then hey, by all means, this might be what you can go with, and it might work. But for us, I just got to the point where I was like, it's not worth the fight. I did not pay a ton of money for this. I can let it go. And even these were a little bit, I mean, they really weren't that expensive, especially for me to go to the Good and the Beautiful, which was a pretty inexpensive curriculum. So I felt like I'm cutting my losses. I'm bailing out because it's just not the right fit for us. And I have been very happy with my choice to bail out of this curriculum. I really have. Having my kids all doing the same level is golden for us. It really works. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video about what did not work for us. And I can't wait to hear what everyone else says. So go check out that playlist. And before you do, feel free to give this video some love. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And more later. Bye.
With shabby clothes and a ponytail. But it is what it is.